So today's exercise is the mountain meditation. It was initially created by Jon Kabat-Zinn, who's a leader in the field of mindfulness and is the creator of the mindfulness-based stress reduction, or MBSR program. If this is something that's of interest to you, I strongly recommend checking into the Breathe program through the UNCW Counseling Center. We'll get that started again as soon as possible, but if you are interested in MBSR, we do have a really robust program that you can be a part of moving forward. So as with other mindfulness exercises, this meditation is intended to give you the space to simply just be present in the here and now for a few minutes. So this exercise is probably going to be about 20 minutes or so. And it just allows you the space to be where you are without needing to put judgments on anything that's happening for you internally, or any of your experiences. There's just not a need to label those things at this time. So we are all in this time of rapidly changing circumstances, and I just want to acknowledge that. It's really the reason why I picked this meditation out for today. So for a lot of us, those circumstances that are far beyond our control are having very real impacts on important parts of our life. So for some of you, it might be your living situation or your work situation. Our students are being affected by the way that the classes are structured and moving to an all online platform. The athletes that I'm working with, y'all are seeing those seasons come to an end a lot earlier than expected. And these things can be really confusing and hard to go through. And it's normal to have a lot of reactions to those things. So as we go through this mindfulness meditation, it's not about chasing those feelings off or bottling them down deep. Instead, it's giving us the chance to just sit with those feelings, see them for what they are, and then to take steps to move forward and make sure that we are living in our healthiest, happiest place in the midst of all of these changing things that we really don't have control over. So I hope that for the next 15 or 20 minutes, you're able to find some of that peace right here where you are today. So with that, we'll go ahead and get started. So this is the mountain meditation. Oftentimes, people find that it's most comfortable to do this meditation in a seated position, either on the floor or in a chair. But you can also lie down if you'd prefer. But I want you to just find a position that feels comfortable to you. Many people find that it is most comfortable to go ahead and close your eyes. You don't have to. That's really up to you and what feels most comfortable in the moment. But just find yourself sort of centering in on your breath, wherever you are. As you get settled into position and begin to tune into your breath, I want you to find a position that feels stable, where you feel balanced and at ease. It should be a place where you feel alert but comfortable, where your arms and hands are resting. If you're seated, you should be poised upright with your hands in your lap or on your knees, your arms hanging down by their own weight, feeling them like heavy curtains. Focusing on that breath, it should be steady and relaxed. And just notice what it feels like to really sink into that place where you're seated. Start paying attention to the sensations in your body. Begin feeling your feet, your legs, moving up into your hips. Notice the heaviness, feeling like you're just sinking down, melting into your chair. Pay attention to that feeling as it continues up your body, through your shoulders and your arms. noticing what it feels like as you relax your shoulders and your neck. And then finally, your face, noticing those muscles, the ones that you hold tight, allowing them to just relax. And when you're ready, if you haven't already done so, allow your eyes to close. And start to bring that awareness back to your breath again. Notice the actual physical sensations. Feeling each breath as it comes in and goes out. Let your breath just be as it is, without trying to change it or regulate it in any way. Allow it to flow easily and naturally at a pace and rhythm that feels comfortable to you. Recognize that you are breathing perfectly well right now. There's nothing for you to do but to focus on those feelings. Allowing the body to be still and sitting with a sense of dignity, a sense of resolve, a sense of being complete, whole, right now in this very moment, with your posture reflecting this sense of wholeness. As you sit here, let an image form in your mind's eye. An image of the most magnificent or beautiful mountain that you know or have seen or that you can imagine. Letting it come gradually into greater focus. And even if it doesn't come as a visual image, allowing the sense of this mountain and the feeling of its overall shape, its lofty peak or series of peaks high in the sky, and the base large and rooted in the bedrock of the Earth's crust. Seeing its steep or gently sloping sides. Noticing how massive this mountain is, how solid, how unmoving, how beautiful, whether from far away or up close. Perhaps your mountain has snow blanketing its top and trees reaching down to the base. Or maybe it has rugged granite sides. There may be streams and waterfalls cascading down the slopes. There may be one peak or a series of peaks. Or there may be meadows with high lakes. Observing it, noting its qualities, and when you feel ready, seeing if you can bring the mountain into your own body, sitting here, so that your body and the mountain in your mind's eye become one. So that as you sit here, you share in the massiveness and the stillness and the majesty of this mountain. You are becoming the mountain. Grounded in the sitting posture, your head becomes the lofty peak, supported by the rest of your body and affording a panoramic view. Your shoulders and arms are the sides of the mountain. Your bottom and legs, the solid base, rooted to your cushion or to your chair. Experiencing in your body a sense of uplift from deep within your core and spine. With each breath, as you continue sitting, becoming a little more a living, breathing mountain, alive and vital, yet unwavering in your inner stillness, completely what you are, beyond words and thought. A centered, grounded, unmoving presence. And as you sit here, you're becoming aware of the fact that as the sun travels across the sky, the light and the shadows and colors are changing virtually moment by moment. In the mountain stillness, the surface teems with life and activity. There are streams and melting snow. There are waterfalls and plants and wildlife. As the mountain sits, seeing and feeling how night follows day and day follows night. The bright and warming sun, followed by a cool night sky studded with stars, and the gradual dawning of a new day. And through it all, the mountain just sits, experiencing change in each moment. It's constantly changing, yet always just being in itself. It remains still as the seasons flow into one another, and as the weather changes moment by moment and day by day. Calmness abiding all change. In summer, there's no snow on the mountain, except perhaps for the very peaks or in the crags shielded from the direct sunlight. In the fall, the mountain may wear a coat of brilliant fire colors. In winter, a blanket of snow and ice. In any season, it may find itself at times enshrouded in clouds or fog, or pelted by freezing rain. People may come to see the mountain and comment on how beautiful it is, or how it's not a good day to see the mountain, that it's too cloudy or rainy or foggy or dark. Yet none of this matters to the mountain, which remains at all times its essential self. Clouds may come, clouds may go. Tourists may like it, they may not. The mountain's magnificence and beauty are not changed one bit by whether people see it or not. Seen or unseen, in sun or clouds, broiling or frigid, day or night. It just sits, being itself. At times, the mountain is visited by violent storms, buffeted by snow and rain, winds of unthinkable magnitude. And yet, through it all, the mountain sits. Spring comes, trees leaf out, the flowers bloom in the high meadows and slopes, birds sing in the trees once again. The streams overflow with the waters of the melting snow. Through it all, the mountain continues to sit, unmoved by the weather, by what happens on its surface, by the world of appearances, remaining its essential self through the seasons, the changing weather, the activity ebbing and flowing on its surface. In the same way, as we sit in meditation, we can learn to experience the mountain. We can embody the same central, unwavering stillness and groundedness in the face of everything that changes in our own lives, over seconds, over hours, over years. In our lives and in our meditation practice, we experience constantly the changing nature of mind and body and of the outer world. We have our own periods of light and darkness, activity and inactivity, our moments of color and our moments of drabness. It's true that we experience storms of varying intensity and violence in the outer world and in our own mind and bodies, buffeted by high winds, by cold and rain. We endure periods of darkness and pain, as well as the moments of joy and uplift. Even our appearances change constantly, experiencing a weather of its own. By becoming the mountain in our own meditation practice, we link up with its strength, with its stability, and adopt them for our own. We can use the energy to support our own energy, to encounter each moment and change with equanimity and clarity. It may help us to see that our thoughts and our feelings, our preoccupations and our emotional storms and crises, even the things that happen to us, are very much like the weather on the mountain. We tend to take it all very personally, but its strongest characteristic is impersonal. The weather of our own lives is not being ignored or denied. It's being encountered, honored, felt, known for what it is, and held in our awareness. And in holding it this way, we come to know a deeper silence and stillness and wisdom. Mountains have this to teach us and much more if we let it. So if you find you resonate in some way with the strength and stability of the mountain, it may be helpful to use it from time to time in your own meditation practice, to remind you of what it means to sit mindfully with resolve, with wakefulness, in true stillness. So for just a few moments, continue to sustain the mountain meditation on your own, in silence, moment by moment. I'll bring you back with my voice in just a few minutes. Gently returning your attention to your breath. Become aware of those sensations again, what it feels like to breathe in and to breathe out. At your own pace, take another 3 breaths this way, and then you can join me here again. Well, I hope that all of you found that to be a helpful way to spend a few minutes this afternoon. I want to thank all of you again for taking the time out of your day to join me here, and to remind you that this will all be posted onto social media and YouTube if you'd like to access this video again. And just one more reminder, if you do feel like you would like to talk to somebody, there's a lot going on right now. So I'd encourage you to give a call over to the Counseling Center if you're a student at UNCW, and we'll be happy to talk with you about those options. Otherwise, I hope that you all have a very safe weekend and get some time to enjoy the beautiful sunshine. Take care. Thanks for being here.